welcome again to the GL Family Conversation. I have another guest in the studio this evening, and she is currently reading a book titled, let me show you, The Atomic Habit. I'm sure, and this is precisely designed for kids. We ordered this from Amazon. Fantastic book, I must tell you, because it's so tailor-made for young people. The Atomic Habit by Emily Young. I encourage you to grab a copy for yourself, but just in case you're too busy and you don't have time to read it, don't have time, so many of us are busy, parents, for instance, their children are also busy, but if you follow us, we're going to break this down using questions and answers to cut through the noise, the fluffy load of information that sometimes we get lost in. So we're going to be using questions and answers to get to the nitty-gritty of the information that we need, that you need for forming the right habit. So I've got a guest, very special guest. She's going to tell us her name and why she's here.
Hi, my name is Georgia. I'm here to explain and discuss about the first 3 pages that we're doing on chapter 1, answer some questions and explain it for you and I.
Okay, so Georgia, welcome. So what is this the first 3 pages? What exactly do they say? The first 3 pages.
The first pages talk about how Chapter 1 will help us understand how to stick to a habit. The next page talks about small actions can lead to big changes in our lives, and the last page talks about how a habit is like a plant. If we water it, give it sunlight, and it will grow just like a habit. We have to give it small actions daily, and it will grow and lead to something that we can do automatically without having to wake up to something like an alarm clock or.
Okay, so why does Emily Young compare habit to a plant?
Because habits are really, I think that metaphorically they're like a plant. Because habits, you need daily actions to make it grow into something that you can just do automatically without someone having to tell you have to do it. Just like a plant, if you water it, give it sunlight, give it the things that it needs to grow, it will grow into something bigger and stronger.
Okay, so what problem is this book trying to solve?
I think it's trying to solve how some people, I find it very hard. I used to find it very hard myself to keep to a habit, to stay from one thing. So I think it's trying to solve how instead of doing something once and then we can't do it the next time. Emily Young is trying to solve the problem of learning how to keep a habit.
Okay, so how to keep it to a manageable size, how to be consistent with whatever you're doing, to build it into character. That's what it appears to be saying. What does she mean when she says start small? Because a lot of people want to start big, isn't it? I'm sure even you sometimes want to start big. So what does she mean when she says start small?
Because we don't all start big, because getting famous, you can't just, I don't know how to explain this, you can't just go on YouTube and expect to do something really big and expect to get lots of viewers. You have to start small. You have to build your channel up. You have to build until you get enough subscribers and likers. So I think it's also compared to something like a YouTube channel, something you want to start up.
Okay, so let me just digress a bit. What do you want to do? What do you want to become?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure, okay. Okay, so I wanted to see how you begin to consider forming the habit of becoming that thing. Okay, so but what does this mean for someone who is common on the streets? What does this mean for someone who may never really get to see this book? What do you have to tell them?
I think all I'll say is just be optimistic, even though some things might go really wrong. Be optimistic and hope for the best. And if you want to start a habit and be able to be, if you like start a habit of becoming successful, keep to it daily. Do not stop, because you should know that you need it the most.
Okay, so what's the difference between habit and motivation?
A habit is something. Motivation is something that pushes you to get to the limit, but a habit is, as it says in the book, starting small, building up until you get to success.
Okay, so which one is really more important if you put them on the scale?
I think they're both equally important.
Okay, why do you say that?
Because a habit, it's not really easy to start big and just expect to become successful. You have to build up, but motivation pushes you through, pushes you to the limit. It helps you to get courage, because you might get afraid of what you might do.
Okay, so for you, what are some of the, reading this book, what are some of the long-term goals you want to achieve? I know you have not thought about what you want to be, but hopefully when you come on the show next time, you have made up your mind to at least mention 1, 2, or 3 things that are beginning to occupy your mind. Or do you have any of those 3 yet?
Well, I have one.
Okay.
A neurosurgeon.
Okay, neurosurgeon. So what little habits do you think you can begin to build in that direction?
I think I should start studying on medicine, even though I'm just 10.
Okay, start studying medicine even though she's just 10. Yeah. 10 is a big number.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you share any experience with how you got motivated to achieve anything recently?
So when I started to let's just so when I started to, because I do tidy up my room, but I don't do it consistently. But when I watched something that said tidying up your room helps you, I became motivated to tidy up my room, and
so motivated to form the habit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's why I think they're both equal.
Okay. So what happens if you ignore this lesson?
I think if you ignore this lesson, then you basically wouldn't understand how to keep to a habit, because not everyone understands how you're able to keep to a habit. Before, I didn't used to be able to do things really consistently. Now I can, if I just do something, if I do something, I get motivated by my family, and then I suddenly stick to it.
Yeah, so it gets to the level of automatic, yeah? Okay, so if people develop this concept, how do you think society will be impacted? How would this affect the society positively if everybody begins to see forming habits as, like you said, like Emily Young also said, watering the plant and making it grow?
I don't think there will be a lot of people living on the streets anymore, because if we all have that motivation to have the habit of wanting to be successful, I think we will all be hardworking. That's what I know. We will definitely all be hardworking if we read this book, if we got motivated, if we suddenly really want to do something, then I think we will all become hardworking.
Hardworking. So you heard it. Habits. We need to form habit, but we can form it in just one fell swoop, not just once. It takes time. It takes grit. It takes commitment, determination, motivation. Yeah, to form a habit. But don't put yourself under pressure. You take it one step at a time. And I like that example you gave about your room because I saw the transformation in terms of where you were and where you are now. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing. So she's going to read out. If you got anybody who would like to do this assignment, you want to read it out to them. What they should expect to see in the next interview. And if you have the book, you can also try to do the activity. It's a fun tip. Yeah, the fun tip. Just the fun tip. The fun tip, I wanted her to do just one, but she's highly motivated. She has said she will do the two instead, and I can't stop her. Yeah, so she's going to read the fun tip for the first one, and then the second one. So if you want to join the conversation, you can also try to do the activity, and maybe if you have got questions for her in the next episode, she'll be more than willing to share her own thoughts with you. So you want to read? Yeah, go on.
So the fun tip that the book says that I will do and I will try to show in the next video is create a success jar. Every time you complete a small action toward your goal, write it down on a piece of paper and drop it into the jar. After a few weeks, open the jar and look at the small actions you've taken. You'll be amazed at how much you've done.
Okay, that's the first one, and then the second one.
Create a habit garden on paper. For each habit, draw a plant or a flower. Every time you stick to your habit, color in a leaf or a petal. Watch your habit plant grow stronger with each small action you take.
Alright, so here we go. Expecting her to come up with these two fun tips, activities in the next episode. Thank you for watching. We're glad to have you on the GL Conversation. Please, you can like us, you can follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll continue to bring you conversations that really touch the heart of our existence. Have a nice evening. You have final words for them?
Yeah. As much as I said, if we build a habit because we want to become successful, don't let it get to your head. Don't let money be your first priority.
Yeah.
Still care about other people.
Care about other people. All right. Thank you very much. That's our last words for you today.
Yeah. Front door open. Lights on loud. I die around. Get around. Feel like a house with an open door. Extra plates when we reserving more. Different shoes by the same front steps. Same last name, same deep respect. Hard days hit, we don't pretend, we sit it out. We talk it through till the end like a road trip. Bumps included, still together, never muted. We were raised on truth, not hype. Do the right thing even when it's not light. If you fall, we pull you in. That's not a rule, that's how we live. Big and proud, we rise together, side by side. JL family, built on pride. Through the storms, through the nights. Love's the fuel, face the light. From the roots to the crown, we don't break, we hold it down. Say